Three visionaries, Dr. Nneka Chukwu, Dr. Margaret Obilo, and Dr. Angela Ikeme, authors and pacesetters, came together and wrote a powerful and long-anticipated book, Voices of Triumph, Stories of African Women Immigrants in America. This book highlights African cultural heritage, the delicate balancing act of work-life expectations, especially for women navigating corporate America while upholding strong cultural roots.
I know you may have said this, but I still probably shout it out even more that for a lot of women who are out there who want to start their own business, be an entrepreneur, but don't know how and where to start, what would be your recommendation be to them?
They have to start with their why.
Okay.
Because of how difficult it is to be an entrepreneur, you have to do something that is close to your heart, because that's what's gonna drive you and lead you during those sleepless nights, during those difficult times. Because for me, I wake up every day, regardless of how hard it is, because I go through challenges, even like different types of challenges. 2024 was a different type of challenge. 2025 is a different type of challenge. But I still wake up and I go, I get to do this every day. I get to help people. I get to help families. I get to help my community. I get to make a difference in the space. So finding something that is close to your heart, that's the key. You gotta find something that you're passionate about.
That's amazing. Again, it keeps going back to the whys.
Yeah.
Why did, it's always something that I start with when I have meetings. I start with that question to our physicians, to the staff, to people. Why are you here? Because sometimes we forget, right? But because when you know your why, everything else makes sense, right? So really starting with that. Why do I want to get into this, and how would it add value to the world? Because now we're looking beyond ourselves,
Absolutely.
but really making a difference in the lives of other people.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
So you shared a lot of your challenges, right? And even to the extent sometimes you even didn't share with other people and just kept it to yourself, right? So how do you manage all of it, though? How are you managing? What else do you do to kind of help yourself manage the situation when it gets that challenging for you?
I again, it goes back to the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. So we help seniors, right? We help the older adults stay home longer safely. We get a lot of stories from the field every day. We help thousands of seniors, so every day there's a new story, and those stories include stories like going into a home and meeting with a senior that has not had a meal in 3 days because they didn't know how to, they don't have the resources, they don't have families, and we're going there and we're the reason why they're able to eat, we're the reason why they're able to go to their appointments, they're able to sign up for Social Security, they're able to sign up for in-home supportive services. So these are some of my reasons, because we're helping a lot of people. People don't understand the problem in the senior care space until it actually happens to them. Most people don't think about it until it happens to them, whether it be the family members or the seniors themselves. Someone could be healthy and they fall in the shower, and that's it. And that changes their lives. And for some families, that's when they're trying to figure out how to get resources for their loved ones. That's not the time, because at that point, all you're trying to do is make sure that this person stays alive.
Right.
Yeah.
But there isn't enough education. There are a lot of resources, but there isn't enough education, and there isn't enough conversation in this space. So my why, the reason I do this is so that we can educate the family members, the next generation of seniors, then also help the seniors today. The reality is probably less than 3% of seniors are able to actually afford their care when they get old. Without outside help, without family, without the government, most people, especially in the Bay Area, cannot afford to take care of themselves. And that is the honest truth. So when I look at things like that, that's the reason why I keep going. Then we provide jobs in the communities that we serve. A lot of communities we go in, we provide jobs. And for anybody that has gone through this, when a loved one gets sick, sometimes you have to quit your job to take care of them. You forgo your income, especially women.
Yes.
You know what we do? We go in, we hire them to take care of their loved ones. And they're able to get paid, even though it may not be as much as they earned at their job, but it's something that they get. So we encourage things like that, or giving jobs to people that would allow them maybe work from home to take care of their loved ones. So again, when I look at all those, right now we're almost at 200 employees, and I know that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Every time I say that, I'm like, oh.
That's a lot of people. Oh my.
People, yeah.
But I am so proud
Yes.
of my team.
As
I
you
am
should
so
be.
proud. I am
proud.
so honored to be their leader, because every one of them go out every day and put in 120%. Everybody on the team, they're passionate about what they do. They're helping people. Like, you could see the passion, the joy, the willingness to help.
Yeah.
So they are my why too. Like, the fact that they're able to do that, show up. We have this wellness events that we do every month, where we go out in the community and we provide resources and education to seniors and their families. And my team shows up all the time. We had one on Thursday and in San Jose, and I had probably 12 to 15 of my team members show up. And they were all interacting with the seniors. It was such an amazing event. It is part of one of the best things that gives me joy, going out in the community and talking to the seniors and interacting with them, which is why I do it once a month. And of course, also interacting with my team and actually meeting them face to face, because I have team all over the place and I don't see them all the time. So every time I get a chance to actually see them in person, it's such a joy. And of course, interact with the seniors. So yes.
You sound like a CEO that people want to sign up and come
I
work
know. I know, the CEO that cares.
I hope my team thinks that, because I became a manager at the bank at a very I wouldn't say young age, but I had a lot to learn when I started managing people. And I have grown as a manager. Then I had to learn how to interact with people based on their personalities. And when I created my company, culture is a big thing for me. For me, we're humans first.
Yeah.
You're not an employee first. We're humans. Your family. If my team, they have to be okay in their personal life for them to show up in their professional life. So culture is huge for me.
Wow.
And I hope my team sees that. I think they do, because this is a very difficult industry to work in.
Yes,
It is
it
very
is.
difficult, and we want to have fun while doing it.
Yeah.
Right. I like Peter
Yeah.
Drucker's quote a lot. You know, he said, "Culture will eat your strategy for breakfast."
Oh yes.
wow.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah. I-
You know, it's I know we have a lot of young viewers out there who are struggling. Oh, should I leave my job and start a business? There are a lot of businesses that they all have great, ideas, but they don't know how to go about it.
Don't
And
quit
not
your
just
job.
Don't quit your job. Don't quit your job.
don't quit your job. And I think I heard that before. Don't quit your job before you start.
Yes.
So, but what would be what what recommendations do you have for these young professionals who don't think it is possible to achieve what you have accomplished while they're still working, you know?
So yes, I'm not joking. Don't quit
Yeah.
your job because you need to feed for you to build your dreams, right?
Yeah.
You gotta have food in your stomach, money, roof over your head, and money in your pocket for you to actually, fund your dreams. So I would say don't do that. Don't quit your job before you build a sustainable business. But there are it's not impossible. It's not impossible to do. You can build a business. But entrepreneurship is not glamorous. It looks like it because sometimes people don't tell you all the things that happen behind the scene. But it is not. You have to work hard to get there. And having that at the back of your mind is one. Then I'm still going back to the why. What are you solving? Will people pay for it?
Yeah.
Have you done your research? Because sometimes we have these great ideas in our head, and we're asking our moms and our dads and our friends, oh gosh, is this a good business idea? And they go, oh yes, it is, because of course they love you. Then you have to go to people that will tell you your baby's ugly, and you got to be okay with, listening to feedback. However, I would say that you have to be humble enough to receive advice, feedback, but confident enough to know that nobody knows your vision better than you. So for me, while I was building my business, I got a lot of feedback. I had a lot of people tell me things. Sometimes some people said, hey, no, this is not a good one. You should just abandon it. Some people, but what I did was I tried to pick something out of what everybody told me. It's like one of the first pitches I ever did, the mentor at that time said, this is not a great business idea. It's for old people. And my takeaway from that is, even if it's for old people, that's the problem. Like, we got to talk about this. It's not something that we shy away from because you feel like, no, he said it's a liability because it's for old people. There's a lot of liability attached to it. But what I got out of it was changing my messaging, meaning we changed our messaging to say getting older is another phase of life. It's a joy and a privilege to get to that age. Not everybody gets there. So it's not a stage where people go to die. It's just a new chapter for people, and we got to celebrate it, and we have to change our messaging. And on the liability side, that's why you got to get, a lot of insurance that protects you too. So again, picking something out of what, whatever negative things people say, and just knowing that it's not personal.
Wow.
That's powerful. Oh my God. I couldn't have put it any better. That's eloquent.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
It's a good way to see aging as well.
Yeah.
A new phase.
It's
It
You
is.
sent me, do you still remember you sent me something recently?
what is that?
Sending out a lot of. So I've been, reading a lot of things, listening to a lot of podcasts, and listening to you. I don't know if that's what I sent you.
No, there was a thing you sent to me. So they had a
Oh yeah,
Golden
I
Girls
remember.
Night
The
Out.
Golden Girls Night Out.
Oh.
It's we are recycled teenagers.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, those recycled teenagers are next door.
Oh my goodness.
Love it.
Recycled teenagers.
We are not old people. We are
No.
recycled teenagers.
Teenagers,
I think it
oh.
was so funny.
Hey, I like
so-
that term.
Yeah, but we live in a society. I think some of that is changing a little bit because of we have a lot of aging people in our society. But compared to where we're from, where the expectation is that you care for your elderly parents or
100%.
grandparents, right? We don't go put them in a home.
You live with them.
The culture is that you bring them in, they stay with you. You
Yes.
take care of them like they nurtured you when you were little. And so when we look at aging, and I love the way that you put it, it's not a problem, it's not a liability, it's a beautiful phase, but a natural aspect of life. And no matter how many times we go in to have our faces done and all of that, we
gonna
will
get-
age,
we will
right?
age.
And so what structures, what processes do we have in place for when we get there, to continue to provide exceptional care to the aging population?
It's so beautiful because I'm not just we getting there. You mentioned this early. It takes only one fall, even for a 55-year-old woman who is
100%.
able and doing things and just fall, and all of a sudden
Life
life
changes.
life changes.
Yeah.
And in her mind, she might still be young, and becomes an issue of acceptance, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We
Yeah.
see that every day.
Yes.
Even for people who are even older, especially people who were active when they were growing up, you see professionals, people that have, done all of these amazing things and so independent. Then they get older and they can't do it as well. They can't move as fast. They can't tie their shoes, or they get diagnosed and they can't remember things. And it's real.
Yes.
It is real.
Yes.
And everybody will go through it,
Yes.
directly or indirectly.
Indirectly,
As
yes.
a caregiver, a
Or the
friend,
person himself.
a friend of a family,
Yeah.
the family member, like we all gonna experience it somehow.
Yes.
And a lot of the calls that I get are from family members that say, hey, my mom tripped and fell down the stairs, and now
Can't do anything.
she can't do anything. What do? I have a business. I can't take care of her 24/7, but it looks like I can't leave her alone.
Yeah.
Not safe.
My dad fell in the shower, and now he can't do anything by himself. And that's the point where they start trying to look for help and frantic, and there's what we call caregiver burnout.
Yeah.
Because then they're trying
get frustrated.
emotionally, physically, financially.
Yeah.
It's draining for families to go through this. And in the history of the US, we have the highest percentage of what we call the sandwich generation.
Yes.
People who are taking care of their elderly loved ones and their kids. I'm in that generation. My mom lives with me. She's 76 years old.
I think we're all in that generation.
We're all in that bracket,
We're all in that
doing
generation.
and so it's not going away.
Yes.
It's not going away, and I'm glad you brought this sandwich generation out. I've having similar conversation with my staff not too long ago, where you have the younger ones. So let me use Dr. Neka for example. She has the younger ones, and she has her parents. And who takes care of you?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you're doing
That's a good
both.
question.
Yeah.
You're doing
So
both.
all sandwiched in,
Yeah.
and it becomes a big issue for us because we are busy taking care of every other
Both sides.
person
Except
around. And who
ourselves.
takes care of us?
Yeah.
So what
That's
do
a
you
good
tell
question.
us?
How do you take care of
How do you
yourself?
take care of yourself?
That's a,
That's
that's
a
a
true question.
That's a true
for
question.
ideas out there.
That is a good question.
Because this sandwich generation is real.
Absolutely.
real.
I would say this. I would say this. A lot, and that includes me, a lot of families, a lot of children, a lot of spouses feel like they have this guilt when they're not the ones directly caring for their loved ones. However, accepting help is caring for your loved ones.
Yeah.
That's something we have to educate people on. You have to be okay for you to be able to care for your children and for your parents or your family member, whoever that is. If you're not okay, then you can't care for anyone. So we go into a lot of homes sometimes and people have access to resources or help and they say, oh no, we're okay, I can do it. And that's because they feel like if they don't do it, then they're not caring for their family member. But what I'm gonna say to myself, to you, to anybody that is going through it, is it's okay to accept help. You know, because there is caregiver burnout.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you sometimes you go into a home, you have a spouse who is ill, and you have another spouse who's taking care of them. And this happened to the very first client that we got. This happened to them. True story. He was taking care of her. She was the one that was sick. He died first.
Yeah.
Burnout.
Yeah, because he forgot to take care of himself,
Yeah.
and
He
somewhere in that
He passed away
process-
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to
It
for us to
happens.
for it to happen, especially for us immigrant women. Again,
Yes.
get a copy of this book because we did talk about self-care.
Yes.
We discussed, how you can care for yourself, especially for women from our part of the world, because the culture goes into it, right? The
Yes.
expectations of us being women from our cultural context, although we are living in a different cultural context, it continues to be a problem for us. And so really educating one another and saying that it's okay to have a day when you sleep in. It's okay to be lazy, right? Just
Absolutely.
binge watch your favorite show,
Yeah.
whatever that is to you,
100%.
right? Make time for yourself because that's critical. You can't give what you don't have.
Exactly. And it's a mindset shift. Like it's knowing that, giving yourself grace.
Yeah.
I had to
Yes.
learn that. Giving yourself permission to be, lazy, whatever
Yes.
that is. For me, for example, I tell people, I have to like you, love you, respect you, and all of those things for me to come out of my house on a Saturday, on a Sunday. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
usually don't go anywhere. I just stay home and sleep and do nothing and eat bad food. But but that's how I'm able to function during the week. So
Yes.
whatever that is for you, and also going out in the community and actually serving in the community, that's self-care for me. So whatever your self-care is, it means different things to different people. You have to be able to do that. And I had to learn how to give myself permission to do it and not feel like, oh my gosh, I'm being unproductive by not being out there and going, but actually just staying still and just restoration.
Yes.
Yeah, very important.
So are we giving every African woman permission today to just
Absolutely.
Yes.
chill,
Yes.
take care
Yes.
of yourself?
Yes.
Because if
It-
you don't, no one would.
Yeah.
You are the only one that can take care of yourself. And
Absolutely.
the best time to do it is when you are still alive.
Oh,
Exactly.
yes.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
that even involves not running after your children and say, oh my gosh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And sometimes we have to do that,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's okay. Like, okay,
Yeah.
as long as the house is not burning down,
Exactly.
we're good.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
This has been an amazing, amazing afternoon. Thank you so much, Decca, for joining us. We salute you for your inspiring
Thank
journey.
you for having me.
You're truly your father's daughter, and your story is a light to so many. So thank you.
Thank you for having
We
me.
applaud you. Sisters, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
I just want to thank you for a lot of the information you shared today, right? They seem like a no-brainer, but at the same time, the fact that you, who have done such an amazing work, is coming back to share the little tips, that was necessary. It's really phenomenal. We appreciate you being here today, and we hope our viewers got to hear a lot of the information that Decca provided for us.
And by the way, it's a Sunday and I came out. So this is important to me.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
So thank you, Decca, for going out of your norm and coming here on Sunday to do this with us. We are so grateful. And to our viewers, this is the message. She's talking about why all the books, everyone is talking about why. Why should you take care of yourself, right? Why should you do this? Why should you do that? If you don't know your why, please go and find your why.
Yes.
And Decca, thank you for shedding more light into that why we should know before we indulge or embark on any journey.
Absolutely.
Thank
And I
you.
just want to say thank you so much, the three of you. Thank you for giving me this platform and thinking about me and bringing me here. But most importantly, thank you for stepping out of what seems to be your comfort zone to actually help other women by writing a book and not just stopping there, but actually bringing other women that can really tell their stories and teach the generation coming after us, because we need to keep telling our stories. We don't tell our stories enough. And nobody will tell our story for us. We have to do this. So this, I salute you. It's not easy. I know that it probably, I don't know how long it took you to come to this, get to this point, but I applaud you. And I know that this is only going to get bigger.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for your incredible work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Yes.
Straight from the mouth of the classy CEO.
Yes.
If you would like to sponsor this show, please reach out to us by email, or you can also check us out on our website. Visit our website to order a copy of your book. Again, this book is phenomenal, and I'm telling you, it is changing narratives. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and catch up on the past episodes. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until we meet again, we are the Voices of Triumph.
Triumph.
Thank you.
Distant land of voices echo, an echo of triumph, a spirit aglow, an echo of victory.